And he goes, "Eee!" And you're like, yes.
That's a good start to this.
Oh, wait, you started?
Yeah, I just said the words, let's start this, and you were like, Claudia goes, eh. We're just talking about Coheed and Cambria.
Because he's corn.
Ongbak. It's a film.
That first one's good.
You've seen it?
Yeah.
I haven't.
It's a lot of fun.
How many are there?
It's like 3.
Oh. We should talk about the thing we're claimed to be speaking of. Morgan had a snow day today, so we got to hang out in a little bit. So it's nice. So we decided we need to do another podcast so we don't forget about doing podcasts. And I just realized that I went through, I woke up at noon and just did not record the news segment for today, so that's going to be tomorrow. In a better world, I would be able to do it on Wednesday, but man, college just tires me out. Sleep. So what are we talking about, Morgan?
Video game. I'm gonna die again.
Morgan is currently also playing Neo. That good game everybody liked and then never talked about.
No, I'm key locked. Great. Okay, there, I fixed it.
But we're going to talk about our favorite video games because we already have music. And, I mean, if you don't know what our favorite movies are by now, I don't think, dude, you know. Just what's Jake's favorite movie? I think it was the Total Recall remake. It's a good film.
Where did you find that?
I don't know. It's just people who don't know. It's just hey guys, did you know my favorite movie is Donnie Darko? Did you know? Did you know that Morgan likes it too? Do you know that Morgan likes David Lynch?
What?
I just gaze at the Twin Peaks firewalk with me Blu-ray right over there. Laura Palmer, Houday. But we're going to talk about favorite video games. So are we just going to do this a list? Or are we going to do genres like we did with music?
Sure.
Let's do genres, because I think we both a pretty big genre of GARMs. Let's the genre we play, but have that we don't care for most of the time, so that we don't have that many entries in. Gosh, I can't even...
I just suck at this. He's so mean!
He's so mean. He got killed by a spearman. How about platformers?
Yeah.
I like them more than you do, but I just don't think I Let's do 2D ones first, because, I mean, I haven't even really played that many 3D ones. Even though I like them more. What is your favorite 2D platformer, if you had to pick one?
Castlevania.
I knew the original.
The first one.
Yeah, I like the original Castlevania. Whoops, you butt.
It's the hardest game I've ever beaten. But once I beat this, I think this is gonna be it, because this is so hard.
I'd say the original Mega Man might be one of the hardest games I've ever beat. Super Meat Boy, certainly. I don't really care for the original Mega Man. It's not a very well-designed game.
I mean, you've seen the American cover art, right?
Oh god, yes, it's amazing. I love it. Looks like the Failure album. Fantastic Planet, yeah. But I do like Mega Man. Mega Man X is definitely one of my favorite 2D platformers.
Me gay.
Me gay man. Watch Game Grumps. And that actually, I love Mega Man 7 as well. That's probably my favorite classic series Mega Man game.
I don't know. I don't play 2D platformers because I'm bad at them.
So you decided your favorite one is the one that's the hardest.
I mean, I guess if I can beat that one. Then...
Yeah, I mean, literally every other Castlevania game except for 3 is easier. 3 is... I actually kind of like 3 a little bit more. It's just weird.
It's pretty dope.
Pretty cool.
The fourth
Castlevania has some of my favorite music
The fourth Castlevania is just the first one.
Mm-hmm. I kind of like it more, though, just because it's...
nicer.
Yeah. I get the NES appeal, but... it's just, I don't much care. If something is just too dated...
That was awful.
Just die.
It's already so... not good. He's gonna kill me.
I'm trying to... I keep being I wonder what my favorite games are, and I have a list. Literally right here.
I give up.
Okay, now we can talk.
I give up. I don't know why I thought that would be a good idea.
At least 57.89% sure that Yoshi's Island is my favorite platform, but I'm gonna have to check on that. Let me look at my list that I have here. It's been a while since I
favorite 2D.
Tutti Frutti. Yes, it is. It is my favorite 2D platformer because it is the most immaculate game ever made. It has not aged a single day. All of the music is fantastic. The visuals are great, and it's got music that makes me happy when I'm dead inside. I like it. It's good.
It's fine.
It's a good game.
Fine.
You should play it. It's good. Other than that, the Strider remake from 2014 that nobody except for Categories played, but is awesome. It's my favorite Metroid game. It's fun.
Oh yeah, I also really like Super Metroid, even though I've never beaten it.
I like all Metroid, except for Other M, of course, because it's poop.
Prime is pretty good too.
I think my favorite is... Yeah, I think Prime and, Fusion are my favorites. Really need to play that Metroid 2 remake. Like, bad. Like, real bad.
Remake?
Yeah.
Is that Samus Returns? Like
Yeah.
the new one that just came out?
Yeah.
No.
It's a remake of Metroid 2.
But that was a new game.
I mean, it basically is, because the original is a Game Boy, like, original brick Game Boy game, and it's like 3 minutes long. It's essentially new.
Where'd that Switch Metroid Prime at, though?
I can't wait. Oh, for speaking of games that are on the Switch, Shovel Knight. I play through that. It's a good, fun game. It's perfect. I love it.
I've played it a few times. It's pretty fun.
It's fun. I don't know if... I mean, I guess it counts kind of Odin Sphere. The remake on the PS Vita is the version that I prefer, just because you can take it with you, and it's all remastered and pretty. The story in that game's not very good, but everything else is literally like the best thing I've ever seen in my life, so I really can't complain too much.
Oh.
And it's kind of like a fairy tale thing anyway, so it's like, I guess I can forgive the logic.
Oh.
Have you ever played Rayman Origins or Rayman Legends?
Rayman! No.
Rayman Legends is just is so delightful. They have musical levels in that game. They have like a heavy metal level that's like, and you have to jump to the rhythm of it. It's so cool. I love those games.
Free platformers.
Wait, I'm trying to look. Let me see if I have any other ones.
No.
Oh, Castlevania Symphony of the Night. That's my favorite Castlevania. And my favorite Mega Man is Mega Man X and X4.
Me gay man.
Me gay man. I think that's it for like the most notable ones. I like that Yoshi's Woolly World game because it's Yoshi's Island, but with yarn.
Yeah, I thought for a second you already said that.
Oh, 3D platform.
I was like, what? So really, the only 3D platformer that I've ever played and been like, yeah, that's my game, is Banjo-Kazooie.
Banjo-Kazooie. I love Banjo-Kazooie. Mostly because of Grant Kirkpope, the Space Pope. So sorry.
I think I'm gonna die.
But the sound design in those games is actually really awesome.
Steak Shake is not sitting well.
It's shaking my steak. We are so alone. Why did you just laugh like Fran Drescher?
That was the only laugh I could muster for that joke.
I guess. I like all of the Mario 3D games, except for Mario 64.
Oh, no.
I just don't like that. It's, first of all,
It's really ugly.
It's really ugly. Like, most Nintendo 64... Like, I can tolerate Ocarina of Time. It hasn't aged that poorly. I mean, I'm going to play the 3D remake, but... You know... It doesn't look good. I do like... I think my favorite of the Mario platformers, though, is either Galaxy 1... Or the new one with the cat suits, Mario... Is it Super Mario 3D World?
Mario 3D World!
Hey, do you know if Jake likes music from Nintendo? Koji Kondo's alright.
Who they?
He's a good boy. Gosh, I guess that's really kind of it. I'm kind of lacking in that particular area. I guess Jak and Daxter, the first one, is more of a 3D platformer than it is like a open world bad game with sequels.
Yeah.
Sly Cooper. I had those on my Vita. I enjoyed those games. I just didn't finish them.
I need to play those. I don't know why.
They're like Babby's first Metal Gear. Especially that second one. It's a fine game. It's a fine experience. Okay, next genre. First-person shoot-a-man. Oh, Call of Duty shoot-a-man. Take on guns, Call of Duty shoot-a-man.
Why is he so funny?
I don't know. My favorite's BioShock.
Yeah. So is mine.
Because, I mean, like...
Next!
BioShock and followed by BioShock Infinite, and I'm just gonna back away from Morgan. Just gonna back away.
It's fine.
I love it.
Why doesn't Deadpool 2 have a name yet?
It's just gonna be Deadpool 2, The Deadening.
Tell me it
wouldn't be.
So happy.
Just, tell me it wouldn't be. I would just want to be able to say the sentence, yes, 2 for Deadpool, The Deadening. Electric Boogaloo.
Electric Deadaloo.
I would die. Far Cry 3 is another one of my favorite first-person shoot-a-mans.
Yeah, okay, I'm glad we have the same top 2.
Oh, good. That's the second one that's close. Far Cry 4 mechanically has a lot more improvements on the game, but honestly, I like 3 better. I don't really know why. I definitely like the setting more. Tropical Island is much better than Nepal. And the story in Far Cry 3 is good, and the story in Far Cry 4 is like...
the same thing.
Yeah, except not as good. Because you don't have Michael Mando being like, did I ever tell you the definition of the word insanity?
Just like, yeah, a few times at this point.
Maybe you could not shove that cinder block into the lake. That's Jason Brody's voice. You killed my brother.
Would you please not do this anymore?
I must save my friends. You see us when some stupid fucking people, they say the same shit over and over again. He's good in Better Call Saul.
I'm like, gee, I wonder who you could be talking about.
Michael
Another
Mando.
one of my favorite first-person shooters is Deus Ex: Mankind Divided.
Oh yeah, that game that, again, everybody liked, but nobody talked about it.
Well, a lot of people didn't like it because they're stupid.
Example. Mr. Joe Vargas.
Example, Angry Joe. Example, Jimquisition.
Mr. Joe Vargas.
Yeah.
He has a name. He almost has the same last name as the villain of Fargo Season 3.
Fargus.
Fargus.
Is that his name?
Fargus. Can we please direct a mini-series called Fargus? And it's like that nostalgia critic parody of Coen Brothers movies that he does at the beginning of Garfield.
Well, it's just Mexican Fargo.
We're going to open up on some landscape shots set to a Carter Burwell score. I'm sending you to Abu Dhabi in a box. God, it's great.
Bang.
God, I love it. Other shoot-a-mans? Do I have any? It's not really a genre. Oh, Borderlands. All of them I like.
I could never get into them.
The pre-sequel is the best one, but it's my least favorite. I just have a really soft nostalgic spot for the first one. Because it was like the first Diablo-style RPG I ever got into. And so I just got really good at that. And then I played Borderlands 2, and the only problem I have with that game is that it's too stupidly difficult. If you play, you can't beat that game alone. The fact that I did is a miracle. It's scaled to be a co-op game. It's ridiculous.
Maybe that's why I didn't have fun.
If you play it with somebody else, it's going to be much better. Oh, the new Doom. That's a new favorite of mine. It's just better than, every linear first-person shooter ever created.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything. It's more structurally like BioShock, but that's why it's good.
Don't make it.
And it's also, a 15-hour-long game.
Mm-hmm.
It's, not 3 hours. Angry Joe meme. 4 hours. That one was funny.
Yeah.
I think that's it for those. I'm not a Call of Duty person just because it's I feel like I need something more. With Borderlands, I feel like I get more. There's just more fun to be had with those games because you get all these cool guns and there's loot and stuff, and the games are colorful. And then, like, Bioshock is, like, this world, it's got this great story and characters, and then it's just, like, all the other games are just, like, just walk down hallway, shoot, get behind, block, shoot. You did it. Congratulations.
Maybe we could do third-person shoot-a-man style.
Oh, that's gonna be easy, because I don't have any.
Oh.
So that's all you.
Oh.
I do not like the genre, so...
Well...
I was going to correct myself, but that is not a third-person shooter, technically speaking.
What?
Metal Gear.
Oh.
I mean, it is third-person, and you can shoot a man, but that's really stupid to classify it that way, because it's a stealth. Stealth action.
I really like Uncharted.
What?
Nani? Batoma. Yeah, Uncharted.
Joker.
People like to poopy on Uncharted because it's
Popular.
Yeah,
Because popular things are bad.
and like 4 has a bunch of cutscenes, and you're like, oh, let's just make a movie. It's like because they made a game.
I hate that argument. It's so reductive. When people are just like, why did they just make a game? Why did they just make a movie? Because they wanted to make a game. Now, if you were leveling that criticism at David Cage, that's valid, because he does want to make movies. Like, he just actually does.
And he did. They were just poorly animated.
Yeah, you just, like, push up sometimes.
And written. And acted. Jason!
Jason! But yeah, Uncharted, I mean, like, I've played Uncharted 2. It's a good game. I don't like it, though, just because I don't like third-person shooters. They frustrate me. It's probably because I'm not good at them. But,
you don't like it because you're bad.
yeah. I mean, that's kind of it.
I also love The Last of Us, but that's kind of survival horror.
It's a good blend.
Mass Effect 2.
Yeah, Mass Effect 2. I like that game. It's fine.
Infamous is kind of a first-person shooter.
Shoot lightning.
Lightning a man.
I like the story in Infamous.
Yeah.
It's good.
They're good.
The Second Son, good.
Mm-hmm.
I need to play it.
It's just painfully short.
Aw. Darn.
I want to beat it twice in one day.
That's cool. It's like me with Shovel Knight.
It's really not cool.
I'm trying to think of the last time I actually played a third-person shooter and like had a good time. Might have been like Saints Row 2, honestly.
That one's good.
I don't like Saints Row 3.
Yeah.
It's like Saints Row 4 is them going like full retard, so I kind of like that. Whereas 3 just kind of feels like it's goofy sometimes, but it's mostly just a boring Grand Theft Auto clone.
Mostly boring and ugly.
Yeah, and purple. And I like purple, that's too much.
I really did love 4, though.
Yeah, 4's fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's just stupid. It's funny because 4 and 2 are like not even kind of similar games.
No.
Like, Saints Row 2 is an actually really serious game.
Yeah.
Saints Row 4 is just an actual joke. It's like, the bad guy in that game is an alien.
Look at your meme.
It's a May. What other GARM genres?
I mean, besides that, we basically just play RPGs.
Yeah, a lot of RPG adventure games, and it's mostly going to be what we talk. I don't know what genre to class. Well, I guess it is an adventure game technically, but I love the GameCube game Luigi's Mansion. I can beat that game in 2 hours.
I've never had the chance to play that. Actually,
it is like Resident Evil, but for baboos. And it's really fun.
Resident Evil. Oh, we could talk about like survival horror.
Oh, okay, yeah, that works.
What's your favorite survival horror game?
Tie? The Resident Evil remake, Silent Hill 2 and 3, and this is... You know, screw it, I am counting it as a survival horror game. Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice.
Interesting.
Which is probably my favorite actual one, but the other one, like, as horror games, they are all effectively disturbing in that way. But I think Resident Evil is the only one that I, like, truly enjoy playing. The other ones are just kind of an experience that just sort of, like, gets under my skin. Like, I have fun playing Resident Evil. I don't have fun playing Silent Hill 2. I don't have fun playing Senua's Sacrifice. It's just like, I just need to finish getting the happy placement and go eat some Captain Crunch after this. I just want to die.
Captain Crunch.
I like peanut butter Captain Crunch, man.
Captain Crunch cures schizophrenia.
I wonder what Morgan's favorite survival horror game is. I don't.
Probably Resident Evil 3. Like,
I like Resident Evil 3.
Lady cop with the big boots, gonna run by, hope the zombies don't get you. Clang, clang, bang, stomp.
Did you just do the Guts sword sound effect from Berserk 2016? Clang, bang!
Or throw some pots. God almighty, what a nightmare.
Oh man, we need to do a podcast about Berserk.
Yeah.
There's so much to cover.
Yeah. Just not talk about that adaptation in any way at all.
We'd save it for the end and we just both go, ugh. Like, what do you even have to just be like, watch Super Ice Patch Wolf next? But yeah, your favorite Silent Hill 2 and 3.
Yeah. They're the best games ever.
Those are good games.
Silent Hill 2 is like the apotheosis of good things.
Storytelling in video games.
Yeah. And Silent Hill 3 is like the apotheosis of madness.
Madness.
It's like the best horror game ever made, and Silent Hill 2 is like the best survival horror game ever made.
Saddest game. Rated S.
I want to cry.
For sad.
I want to cry.
Friggin' James Sunderland.
James.
Are you alright?
Boy. No, James, you moron.
For me, it always looks like this.
I'd really like if someone in Silent Hill 2, like Eddie or something, just came up to James at some point and was like, hey, can we do wives lately? And then James was like, what did you say? And he's like, huh? I didn't say anything.
It's just like, I don't know, like, touch any children? It's just like, what? Excuse me?
Beg pardon?
Laura Palmer.
What does that have to do with that?
Well, I mean, it is Silent Hill. Silent Hill is the closest you're going to get to Twin Peaks, the game.
Except for Deadly Premonition.
Except for Deadly Premonition.
Which is also
To be fair, Deadly Premonition, it's not like a video game version of Twin Peaks. It is actually just Twin Peaks. You just push forward.
I really don't know how there wasn't some kind of lawsuit.
FK in the coffee. It's clear as a summer's morning. Something like that, I don't know. He did a Coop. He is just Coop.
Yeah, but like kind of a dick.
A little bit. He has a weird face.
Yeah, he's
like that teeth.
He's got a weird face, and he's kind of mean to people sometimes.
I remember the first time I was exposed to that game was through Two Best Friends Play, like actually on Machinima, and they did that video, and I just never heard of it before. And they're just playing that first cutscene with like the kids and like the woman, and I was just looking at it, and I'm like, okay, but actually, what is this game? What is this game?
And we still don't know.
I still don't know. No, here's what the game is. You've seen it in every YouTube video that talks about video games. Have you watched Super Bunny Hop? Have you watched Jimquisition?
Have you watched my video that just went up?
It's like, you kind of delve into madness. Like, halfway through the video, you're just like, rocking back and forth, and you're like, why am I doing... Oh, it's the whistling. That's why.
I guess.
Survival horror. It's a good genre.
I don't really like Resident Evil, except for 7.
Oh, Resident Evil 7 is my favorite Resident Evil, never mind. It's really good. I like that game.
I still haven't played all of it.
It's quite good.
Just like played it at people's houses.
It's like slow in all of the same ways that the original was, but it doesn't infuriate me.
Yeah.
Like the original tends to do. Like, I still love it, but it's just kind of hard to play sometimes, whereas Resident Evil is just really accessible, but also just the same kind of good. There's just no reason why someone who likes the older games wouldn't like the new one.
I just don't have fun with the puzzles in the first one.
The puzzles are not the best.
And it's like 90% puzzles.
See, that's why Luigi's Mansion is cool. Puzzles are fun. I like that game. Honestly, it is the best Resident Evil game. It's Luigi.
Resident Evil puzzles like doing homework.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I need to do something fun.
I like the light puzzles in Resident Evil 7 a lot, because I was just like, oh, I actually have to use my brain instead of being like, alright, I gotta do maths now.
I'm just gonna look it up.
I want to do maths.
I want to do math.
That too. Alright, now I guess we're just gonna get to the part of the video that's gonna be an hour long of us talking about all our favorite RPGs. Because I have so many. And adventure games. Can we just talk about Zelda before we do all of this so we can cover all of Zelda?
Yeah.
The first Legend of Zelda game is not aged well. I beat it when I was like 9, but it took me a long time.
Yeah.
I don't have my Game Boy Advance. It's not aged well. Zelda 2 is good. Much better than most people give it credit for. It's like the best 2D Dark Souls.
So in 2017...
There was this little game.
We got the best movie ever made.
Yes.
Blade Runner 2049. And also in 2017, we got the best game ever made. And it was Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Which is funny because it's not either of our favorite game of that particular year, but it was certainly the best one, because I just haven't played... Do you know Caddy put up a video about that?
About what?
Breath of the Wild, today.
Oh.
Had a clickbaity title where he was just like, it's not as good as some people say, and I'm just like...
Shut
Dude,
up.
come on!
Shut up, Caddy.
It's just like, I can't, like, it's, I'm just... It actually kind of bugged me that on Twitter, he was just like, let's see how many people dislike and comment my video before actually watching it because I have a clickbait title. And I'm like, how about you just not have a clickbait title? It's like that easy. Really... Like, why are you going to make fun of people? You're just antagonizing them. I'm not saying that a bunch of people yelling in the comment section is justified, but, like, don't not expect that. Like, there are legitimate criticisms against Breath of the Wild that I would even agree with, but I'm just kind of like, I don't know, it doesn't impact my enjoyment of the game at all.
It's like, you know what? Shut up. It's like that dude Joseph Anderson who's like putting up videos like...
I see his videos like in my description or in my related videos all the time, and I never
just
click
like,
on them.
Breath of the Wild, here's some things that I don't like about the things that everybody likes right now. It's like, Super Mario Odyssey, it's no masterpiece, and like, I hate you, stop talking.
Meanwhile, Mother's Basement's just making videos about why it's good and talking about like he's the only person who's made a Breath of the Wild video that I was just like, yes. I agree with everything you said.
Yes, please.
I mean, that being said, he was the biggest apologist for Death Note, so it kind of evens out.
And Erased is one of his favorites.
You know we gotta do a commentary on the crappy live-action Netflix one.
You know, apparently it's better than the anime.
I don't doubt that. It's not... Dude, every time I think about that show, I just think of Goat Jesus losing it at the ending. Because his laugh is the best laugh that anyone has ever... Because he's just, like, so shocked, and his friend is like, What? If that was us, I would be, what? And you would be like... just dying. I'm gonna watch that again after this podcast because it makes me happy.
I still can't believe that happened.
Like,
it wasn't good up until that point, but...
No! It's still bad. It's Sword Art Online director. What do you expect?
But, like...
Sword Art Online's bad. There's also a lot of bad Sword Art Online games. The only joy I get from those is watching Digi and Vic play them. Just make Kirito really fat in the character customization. It's really good.
Like, who okayed the ending of Erased?
Apparently, like, is it an anime original or is it a manga too?
I don't know.
I think they like changed. I think that ending might have been like an anime exclusive thing because it's. I'm almost kind of like, that's too stupid to have not been corrected. Like, you had to just invent that for it to be that dumb. Like, if somebody was reading
the live action show corrected it,
maybe. Well,
I mean, it did.
It's kind of like, oh, good. Well, it's kind of like Death Note. Like, I don't understand why the guy who directed that, who he directed like everything. Oh, Tetsuro Araki. I don't know why he didn't see
him.
I mean, basically, like when he looked at the last third of the manga and was just like, "Yep, this is fine. I won't change anything." It's like You know, everybody like hates this show halfway through it, and they could really use a version of the story that actually went places. But I'm not gonna do that, even though I totally am well within my right to do so.
And then the movie's just like, we're not going to do any of that and make something dumber than all of them.
Yeah, and then it's just like, oh, the best version of the Netflix, or the best version of Death Note isn't the Netflix movie, but the Japanese movies. They aren't good, but they're certainly the best. Weren't we talking about video games?
Yeah, how do we get here?
Legend of Zelda.
What have I become?
Alright, what is your favorite Zelda other than Breath of the Wild? Because
Breath
that's
of the
both of our
Wild.
it's both of our favorites. It's in my top 10.
Yeah.
It's like number 8. It's the best open world game.
Yeah.
Also, the people who complain about the weapon degradation can shut up, because that's like my least favorite thing about any video game, and I've managed to tolerate it and actually think that it added to the experience, so fight me.
Yeah, you know, whenever people complain about Breath of the Wild in any way, I'm just like, shh. Shh. Don't take this from me. I love
When Super Bunny Hop made a video about it, and he was just like, because everybody's talking about how good it is, I'm just going to talk about a couple of things that I don't like, and the most prominent thing was just like, you spend a lot of time looking at loading screens after you do all the shrines, and I'm like, that's his biggest complaint. This game's pretty good.
Like, it's the apotheosis of the medium.
Of video games.
So, like, of course it has the problems that video games have.
Yeah, exactly. It's just
Wah.
like, what?
Wah.
And here's...
It's got loading screens for the best open world map ever that doesn't load besides that.
And has a draw distance of, like, 70,000 kilometers.
Wah.
Meanwhile, it's just like you look at, like, the PlayStation 1, and Silent Hill has a draw distance of, like, 3 inches. It's like, there's fog!
But they were smart enough to cover that up with the fog.
No, yes, that was a genius decision, but in Zelda, it's just like, here's the whole world.
Legend of Zelda.
Legend of Zoltar.
So, yeah,
Voltron.
my favorite beside that is either A Link Between Worlds or A Link to the
Ocarina.
Past.
I thought your favorite was Ocarina.
I don't know, I think times change. Oh, that game's pretty bomb, though.
Link Between Worlds is easily my favorite 2D Zelda. Like, no contest.
Yep.
Like, I'm not a big Link to the Past fan, just because I think it is a not as well-designed Link Between Worlds. And I know it's because it came after, but it's like, I don't care. Link Between Worlds is a better designed game. What do you want? Me to time travel?
It's just like, I wish there was like a comfortable medium between the two, because Link to the Past is just a little too hard. And then, like...
Yeah, well, like, once you get past the first 3 dungeons of Link Between Worlds, the game's kind of a cakewalk.
No, I mean, like, A Link Between Worlds is like butt baby easy.
It's because it does that open world thing, and when you get to do, like, the dungeons in any order, they don't know how to handle the difficulty curve, so it's just all kind of the same, even though you're consistently getting stronger. And it's, like, actually fun to explore in that game and find heart containers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, normally in Zelda games, I always just, like, Google how to find heart containers. In that game, I was like, no, I want this delay. I just want to find them.
Mm-hmm.
It's just cool. I also kind of like that they did away with them in Breath of the Wild, because I was like, you know, this is a staple I can do without.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them, too. Like, Ocarina of Time is the worst about that.
God.
Finding all the heart pieces, you're just like, I don't, like, you just, like, I go to Ganon with half of the heart containers, because I don't.
I don't want to. It's not fun.
It's just like, you want to collect all the gold Skulltula tokens?
Like, no!
There's nothing I would rather do less. That being said, I think obviously my second favorite is Majora's Mask, because that was, like, my second favorite game ever.
I don't like that one, because I'm a butthole.
How long has it been since you played it?
It's like a year.
You played a 3D remake?
No, do you want to buy that for me?
I have it. You could borrow it.
Yeah, but I already borrowed Fire Emblem from you.
Okay, well, once you be Fire Emblem.
Okay, see you in 2 years.
We'll talk about that later.
Well, you're going to talk about it later.
Yeah,
and not spoil anything, because I'll kill you.
I will. I know. Trust me, there's a lot to spoil.
I will spoil things.
I am astounded that I only spoiled one thing for you about Fullmetal Alchemist, and that was purely because I thought you had gotten to that part yet.
Yeah. I did watch that episode.
I'm fine.
Fun.
Every time I hit shuffle, and, like, I have all of the Fullmetal Alchemist soundtrack on my phone, shock. I just go through, and then the song Requiem for the Brigadier General comes on, and I'm just like...
Like, it's fine.
And then his kid starts crying, and you're just like... And then Roy's just like, I guess it's a bad day to rain, and he just cries, and then I'm just like,
It's like, I'm going to bed.
it's just like, and this isn't even the saddest part of the show.
This isn't even the saddest part of the first 10 episodes.
It is so much more uplifting than Fate Zero. That's sad. That's nihilism. So Breath of the Wild, right?
Why do you keep talking about anime?
I don't know. We need to have a podcast about anime after this.
Yeah, I don't even like anime.
I mean, I'm already here. Might as well. This is, like, the video game's not going to be that long.
Probably got to get you home fairly soon because I do have school tomorrow.
Hey, the 3 Zelda games that are kind of contentious: Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, and Skyward Sword.
I'm stupid. Twilight Princess is my second favorite.
Okay, I thought it was. It was like, alright. Twilight Princess was the first game I ever played at somebody else's house where I was just like, this is the future of video games.
Give it to me.
Yeah, it was on the Wii, and it was just like, the music was so amazing sounding, and the visuals were just better than anything I'd ever seen at the time, and I was like, oh my god, I just want to have this game, like, in me.
People are just like, Twilight Princess is dark.
That's literally the only complaint.
It's like, it was dark, and it's dumb.
Too much like Ocarina of Time, the one that we all agree is the best. So, like, what? What do you want?
It's just dark, but I still love Majora's Mask.
Majora's Mask is fine, and Skyward Sword and Skyward Sword, people don't like that one. But Breath of the Wild changed stuff, and I liked it, but it just can't do it with Twilight Princess. It's like, it's literally a better Ocarina. I said it. And I love Ocarina of Time. I probably played that game more than any other Zelda game.
Yeah, it's just that it's easily the most frustrating.
Yeah, it's like, once you get to the, like, actual temples of the game, you're just like, because the first 3 are, like, so good and so, like the difficulty curve is just perfect. Mm-hmm. And then you get to the adult Link part, and it's like, oh, I love the Forest Temple, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like, all the other temples in that game, I could just take it or leave. Fire Temple is too long. Water Temple is bad.
Fire Temple's too long and really ugly.
Yeah. It also doesn't have the good music anymore. What is the Shadow Temple's alright, I guess.
Yeah.
It's too, there's too many ways to die.
It does have the Iron Knuckle, which is pretty rad.
Yeah, I like the Gerudo place.
I just don't like all the stuff you have to do to get there with, like, the prison and stuff.
The Gerudo Valley theme is, like, one of the best pieces of music ever. Just ever. You heard an orchestra perform that? No. It's beautiful. Love it.
There's a video of, like, a Danish symphony orchestra playing Twin Peaks. And, like,
oh. Doom doom. Boom boom. Just bass. There's a lot of bass. Boots. Wind Waker.
Yeah.
Wind Waker's great, and if you don't like it, shut up.
I don't think there's anyone who's like, yeah, it's bad.
And, like, I know people get, like, wigged out when it was released because it's like, oh, this looks like a kid's game. And I'm just like, if that is the reason why you don't like this game, then you need to stop playing video games.
Did you know that Zelda's a kid's game?
Yeah, really. It's like, did you know the video games?
It's a movie made for 12-years-olds.
Jar.
Shut up, George.
Make a god who fought in a few places.
I'm gonna poop on you.
He's 70. He's a 2-year-old. It's weird.
Yeah.
But Wind Waker has good music. And I don't care what people say, that game has better temples than Ocarina.
Yeah.
Fuck you, fight me. Fight me! It also has just the best music. The title theme of that game, like, I don't even play it. I like Koji Kondo. Koji Kondas.
Hey, look at this cozy condo. It's wonderful. We should rent this one.
Skyward Sword.
Sucks.
It's like a 6.
Well,
I like that game, kind of. It's easily the worst 3D Zelda. Like, there is...
It's easily the worst Zelda.
Some people say that Twilight Princess is not as good as Skyward Sword, and I don't understand.
I will kill them where they stand.
If that game didn't have motion controls, it would be like an 8 instead of a 6 for me. That's the really most
from
of my
like
issue.
a 4 to a 6.
Like, I just don't like motion controls, and in that game they aren't super good. That being said, I love the art style. All of the dungeons in that game are good, and Zelda's cute. She's cute. She's not Breath of the Wild cute, because she doesn't have that British voice actress, but, you know.
Like, I'm a delightful little fairy woman.
Delightful little fairy woman that's going to be played by Felicity Jones in the live-action version.
Wouldn't that be delightful?
I mean, like, who would be better?
I never thought I could be attracted to Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Wait, Zelda Williams. She should. She's literally named Zelda.
Yeah.
And she's really pretty.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why whenever I say pretty, I think of Megan from that Dark Souls 3 video. She's so pretty, let me talk to my girlfriend.
Megan!
Megan, no!
We don't say hi with swords!
How am I supposed to get good at Dark Souls 3? Speaking of Zelda-ish games and Dark Souls 3...
Just want to get her number?
We should talk about the Souls series. Because that's Zelda, but they're a little bit better. Except for not Breath of the Wild.
No.
But all the other ones.
Yeah. 10 out of 10. Every single one.
I haven't played all of them. In fact, the only one I beat is Bloodborne.
Well.
Which, I mean, it's kind of pointless that I'm gonna, like... I'm not gonna play 2 just because I already know that I'm not gonna dig it that much. I'm gonna play 1 when the remaster comes out.
You will play 2.
I will not.
You will.
I will play 3.
You will play
I
2.
don't want to.
Nothing about it is bad.
It's ugly.
It looks the exact same as the rest of them.
Well, first of all, Dark Souls 3 looks markedly better than the first 2, and the first one is kind of charming in how ugly it is. The second one I just think is ugly. Like, there's so many, like, environment designs in that game that I've seen, and I'm just like, who thought that looked good? I mean, I get that it's supposed to be, like, dank and bleak, but it's bleak in all of the ways where I'm just like, I just don't like looking at it.
The game is gorgeous, and you don't have eyes.
It's ugly.
Shut up.
Dark Souls 3 looks so much better.
It does, but you're still wrong.
And I like the Bloodborne aesthetic. I mean, like, that's the game I'm gonna like the most. Like, it's unfair. I'm just, everything about Bloodborne aesthetically and mechanically, I'm like, yes. Yes.
So Demon Souls is like a 9. Dark Souls is a 15.
I hate Demon Souls.
Nah, you wouldn't.
No, I would.
It's really ugly. But
Yes, it is.
Demon Souls is like a 9. Dark Souls is a 15. Dark Souls 2 is a 9.5. Dark Swords 3 is also a 9. Bloodborne is a 20.
70,000.
And then Neo is a 9.5 from where I'm sitting right now.
I haven't played Neo, but I'm just gonna I should beat either Dark Swords 1 or Dark Swords 3.
Yeah, before you tackle Neo.
Yeah.
Because Neo will make you cry.
Yeah, it looks a lot more mechanically complicated than the Souls games, and
Also, there's some people that are like, Neo's too easy compared to the Soul series, and like,
I've watched you play it.
I'm jealous
It's
of
like
how you were able to get past that.
it's like you can beat half of Bloodborne in like 2 hours, and it takes you like days to beat one boss in Neo. So, and I mean, a lot of it is also that I'm obviously just not as good as you at these games, except Salt and Sanctuary, that I'm actually pretty good at and have beaten.
And that one's a 2D platformer, so I'm like, it's a big TV, big.
Which I really love. It's very Metroid-ish, but it's got all the Dark Swords stuff, and I like it. It actually is more mechanically complicated than the Souls games, but not as Neo, so it kind of strikes a good balance. I mean, I still like Bloodborne a lot more, but I'm probably gonna like Salt Sanctuary at least as much as 1 and 3, if not more, just because I like it. It's fun. Dan.
I'm telling you, you're gonna like Dark Souls 1 way more than you think you will.
That's possible. It's because I got the Swatch.
The Swatch.
Switcheroo. Smoking cigarettes, watching Captain Kangaroo.
Cornrow Kenny.
Wicked awakeness. You gotta see this. Well, yeah. Have you seen the version of Humble that's just him saying the lyrics syrup sandwiches over and over again? I remember syrup sandwiches and syrup sandwiches. Just the whole song. It's just replaced all the nouns. My syrup sandwiches just went viral. So white. Yeah, those Souls games, we like them.
They're all really, 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 really good.
They're the Dark Souls games of Dark Souls games.
They're probably the best games ever.
And they're inspired by the Berserks. And we don't like it, but it's fine.
What's Berserk?
I don't even know. Man, what's a Griffith? I bet he didn't do anything wrong. We're gonna talk about anime eventually. It's gonna be fun. We talk about Griffith. It's a smile. Griffith. Insert scary guts face.
Ah.
Ooh,
No.
All right, I think it's just time for RPG time.
Just
All RPGs.
Just gonna take a nap.
Morgan, you want to talk about personas?
Nope.
Let's talk about personas.
Go take a
Because
nap.
this is Morgan's favorite game, and is, in all likelihood, my favorite video game franchise, as you know.
Yeah.
They're all great, except for the first two, which are honestly, you gotta take them or leave them. Like, they're fine. Okay, no, the first one's not fine. Second one's fine. But, like, then you get to 3 and you're like, oh, this is the best game. And then you get to 4 and you're like, oh, this is also the best game. Then you get to 5 and it's like, oh, this is the best one. Yeah. Just everybody at the end of Indiana Jones movies, and you're just like, my eyeballs melt. Like, the style in Persona 5 is better than the substance of most games in general.
Yeah.
Just like, you're just playing this game, and you're just like, I could just bop to this jazz.
Acid
Jazz. Also, anybody who wants to complain about the English voices for any of those games, send your complaints to idon'tcare@gmail.com/you're dumb.
It's like, why complaint files?
It's like, I don't like the Cowboy Bebop dub. Well, I don't like you.
I wish I had that head swivel you did there.
I don't like you.
Well, I don't like you, sir.
Well, I mean, it's just like, why are you even complaining about that? They're good. They're all good.
Complain about the Wolf's Rain dub. It's like, shut up. Shut up.
Yeah, it's like any Bones dub. If you complain about it, you are actually wrong.
Like, I will kill you.
Silence. I kill you.
There we go, kids. We got our Jeff Dunham reference.
Timely Jeff Dunham references. My favorite is still Persona 3, even though I think it's the least mechanically sound game. I just love the narrative and atmosphere so much. And the characters are what makes these games.
It's the best ending out of any of them.
I just thought about the ending. I'm kind of glad my Vita's dead right now, so if I went home, I'd turn it on and just play the whole game.
Still remember the first time I ever turned Persona 3 on. It just showed Yukari trying to shoot herself in the head, and I'm like,
I'm in.
oh, so this is what this is going to be.
It's just like, oh, maybe it's not weeb poop.
Yeah.
You're just like, Japan can make a good.
What?
Other than a Cowboy Bebop.
Nani?
And now I've converted Morgan to weep trash.
Yeah.
The cycle is complete.
I hate
We watch Anohana. I'm gonna make a video about that, and I am going to cry.
I can't bring myself to start it again.
I'm literally thinking about talking about it in a video, and I'm just gonna cry. I'm gonna do like the videos that Digibro did with the Kara no Kyokai movies, and just have it be a voiceover where it's me looking sad in my bedroom. Weird lighting.
Bunch of anime posters.
Man, I don't have any, sadly. Unless Star Wars is an anime. It's my favorite.
How is Star Wars not an anime
That's
yet?
so... Like, I mean, they came from Kurosawa movies, so it, like... Can the Obi-Wan movie be an anime? I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
Just make it Logan. Just do that. Get James Mangold. Make Logan with Obi-Wan. Done. Good movie.
That one's on us, guys.
No, really, I mean, you all can You can take that. You can take it. It's fine. Japan. I only have small complaints with each of the personas, except for 5. I don't have a complaint. like
maybe that it's a little bit too long.
Yeah, but I like it so much I don't care.
Yeah.
If I had to pick one that was too long, it's 4. 4 could have used like a solid 5 less hours, especially at the end.
You just cut out Teddy.
Yeah. Because you think he's gonna be like way more important than he really is, and then it's just like, he gets to be the human kid, and then Morgana in 5 doesn't, and you like Morgana way more than Teddy.
If you cut out Teddy from Persona 4, nothing about the story changes.
Yeah, it's like, okay, it's not like an improvement, but if it doesn't change anything, then you should do it. Chekhov's gun is a principle for a reason, guys. Planning payoff. Persona is just a game where you kill God with your friends.
Yeah, I think that's how you described it to me. First time we talked about it, and I was like, well, I guess I'm a weeb now.
Yeah, no, it's just like all of them are essentially Stephen King stories, just in Japan. It's just like, what?
And with some cool music.
Shoji Meguro, he's a good composer. He's a solid acid jazz boy. I think my favorite song in any of them is still probably... Okay, other than almost every daytime song in Persona 5. The final boss theme 4? What's it called?
I don't know.
It's I have it on my phone. I don't know what it is. But it's a swell boy.
It's an orchestra swell.
And the final boss theme of 3 is great. It's just that whenever I listen to it, I get triggered because the boss takes 70,000 years to complete. Like, you just have to kill it and go through all of the different kinds of arcanas, and it is really, really boring after a while. If you're powerful enough to the point where you're not going to die, it's just like, well, I'm just going to sit here and hold X.
Turn-based bosses are worse than the Holocaust.
Yeah, there was like 6 of them. In rapid succession. I forgot what I was thinking. Who cares? Persona's good. We like those. Morgan thinks 5's alright. It's okay.
It's fine. It's not as good as 2.
2 is not awful. It's just...
I want to play it just to have an opinion.
Yeah, it is one of those.
I watched like 10 minutes of the first one, and I was like, no.
Yeah, it's really old, and the combat is just, like, the combat in 5 is just, like, it's the best turn-based combat.
Yeah.
It's so snappy. You don't even feel like it's turn-based, because you're just, like, everything is so satisfying. You're just like, oh, I shot him. I did it. I get him. And it's just, like, and then you just look, and then, like, you have Anne in your party, and you're just like, I'm not gonna take an action. I'm just gonna sit here for a sec.
Get him a coder.
Get him a coder.
With like motorcycle.
Get on that bike.
I love you.
I think my favorite Persona 5 definitely has my favorite the initial friend. Yes, the initial friend character.
Yeah,
he's my favorite because
Ruki.
Oh wait, no, it's Junpei. Never mind.
Oh yeah.
It's just because I mix it because it's like Yosuke's cool, but he's just not as good as the others.
You mean Yusuke?
Yes.
In Persona 4?
Yes. It's Yusuke and Yosuke, my bad. But I don't know who's got the best waifus. It's not 3 just because there's only really 2 real choices. And in 4 and 5 you're just like, all of them.
Can I have 2 of each?
It's just like, it's like the worst option in 4 is Yukiko. You've done it. You've done it.
It's like I still love you though.
Yeah, it's just like I like you.
And I still like you, Kari. Just not as well as option.
And man, like I still want to get in with Chie or I just said her name. Yukiko. I don't want to get in with either of them because I'm just like we know that they got something on the side. I don't want to get in that.
Yeah.
Let me just think about that for a minute. I'm alright. Life is fine.
And Persona 5 is like Makoto.
Yep.
Makoto.
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 Dakota.
Anne's pretty good, though.
Yeah.
Man, I wish you could date
Man, like-
Say. Say's hot.
Yeah.
So, I mean, everybody is. But I think my best Persona girl is Naoto.
Dakota. Dakota.
Koda's like a second for me.
Gonna have a waifu war right in my room right now?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Get out the firearms.
Give me my long sword, ho. Romeo and Juliet is such a good film. What are our other favorite RPGs?
Scrim. What?
It was just the way you... Scrim. You looked like you were having like a seizure, or like you were Brad Pitt in 12 Monkeys when he was talking to Bruce Willis when he's just like, drugs!
Scrim.
It's got chemicals that you put inside your brain. Drugs! It's a good film.
Yeah, it is actually.
But I've been playing Skyrim on my Switch.
It's good.
It's great. I still need. I haven't even done the.
It's one of those games where people are like, "It's bad." I'm like, "Shut up."
You're wrong. It is the best Bethesda game, and I won't have an argument as to why that's wrong. It's like, but Fallout 3, New Vegas, and 4, and I'm like, are all mediocre at best. What's your point?
Fallout 3 sucks.
I hate Fallout 3. And I
Sorry.
strongly dislike Fallout New Vegas. The only reason I like it even slightly more is because it's less grating on my eyes. Whenever I look at Fallout 3, it's like you might as well just take a cheese grater and slide it along my eyes.
The only acceptable answer to the question, what is the best Bethesda game besides Skyrim, is Fallout 1 or 2.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
I am, like, even if people were like, Morrowind, I'd be like, alright, hipster, but okay.
Alright, dickhead.
If somebody says Oblivion, then it's just like...
It's like, you're lying. You're lying to me right
like,
now.
it's not Oblivion. Like, even people who don't like Skyrim are just like, Oblivion's bad.
A billion.
A billion. I refuse to call it by its real name. Call
Yeah.
me by your name.
Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2 are both dope.
The best Mass Effect games.
Yup. The best Star Wars anything.
False, but
Yeah, I know.
yeah. Well, I mean, my two favorite games ever are both strategy RPGs. It's Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. You know, that game that like 1.5 million people bought and like never played. Because everybody's only played the first one on the PlayStation, and that game is slow as molasses. Sequels are bad, and it has a great story that's really underrated. The story in that game is like actually just genuinely fantastic. It's like when you hear the premise of like the characters get sent into video game land, and then you're just like, I'm lost, I'm done.
Sword Art Online.
Exactly, that's what you think of, and you're just like, oh god. And then it's just like, no, this actually is like the less boring Seasons of .hack, where it has a bunch of characters who have shit lives in real life, but good ones in a video game, and then you're actually kind of the villain, because you're like, hey, I want to bring things to normal. Everybody's like, dude, I'm in a wheelchair in the real world. Like, that's your brother in that game.
I am an invalid.
Yeah, it's just like, I'm actually like a contributing member of society, and if you end all of this, then I have to go back to the hospital, and I'm probably gonna die very young, so thanks, bro. Just like, oh, I get mercilessly bullied by people because I have white hair and people beat the shit out of me, but here people like and respect me, but nah, it's just fine to change the world. Oh, my mom's dead in the real world and alive here, but it's fine.
Bigotry is strange.
It really is. And
You were just like, you just bully me because I have white hair. And it's like, that's a really stupid reason.
then you're like, oh,
People
wait.
kill each other because other people are brown.
Yeah, and then I'm just like, so, yeah, it's about that stupid.
It's like, oh, we're all doomed.
Yeah, I'm just like, Compton, it is a real place.
Like, I cannot wait until the sun swallows us whole.
Detroit is a real city. Michigan. Knees weak, arms are heavy. His vomit on his shirt. Mom's spaghetti.
Mom's spaghetti already.
There's also a version of that song that's just every lyric is Mom's spaghetti.
I know, I've seen that one.
Who hasn't?
It's a meme.
That, didn't Milos Forman direct that? The guy who did, like, Amadeus?
No.
I'm pretty sure it was somebody good. 8 Mile.
It was somebody good, but it
Yeah.
wasn't Milos Forman.
Who was it?
It's Curtis Hanson.
Didn't he
Who
do,
did LA Confidential.
That's, oh my god, I love LA Confidential so... I need to own that so bad.
I haven't seen it, and I don't really have an excuse.
I was gonna, if you said I don't really have a desire to, and I'm just like, why?
That doesn't make any sense.
It's like everything about it is good.
Why would I say that to you?
Like, it's like Chinatown, but you don't have to feel guilty because it wasn't made by a rapist. Oh, Kevin Spacey's in it. Shit. It's oh god, he's Baby Driver.
He can't avoid him.
It's okay, he's a complete scumbag in the movie that you're supposed to hate anyway. It helps.
Okay, that's easy.
Yeah, I know, it's just like, it's a good thing he mostly plays villains, so I can just keep on hating him. It's fine. I'm fine. Oh, my other favorite game's Fire Emblem Awakening. That game has one of the best stories ever, and just is mechanically just flawless.
It's a lot of fun.
Good.
I didn't think I would have a good time playing it, and I'm having a good time playing it.
And this, all of the characters, there's like 50 main characters in this game, and they're all well-rounded and good, and you like them. And you can get married and have children, and it's like cool, because then your kids are like fighting a war for you, and then it's just like cool. And you can, and there are plenty of Persona waifus. Plenty. By the way, make sure Crom is married before Chapter 10.
I'm gonna marry him, so
Okay.
I'm covered.
Do that. Otherwise, he gets married to the person he has the highest support rank with, and sometimes people don't know that.
Sometimes it's Lisa.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Game of Thrones.
Well, actually, it's funny, because there's characters in Awakening that make it into Fates, because there's some alternate reality shenanigans and timelines and dimension hopping with both of those games.
Oh, good.
Is good, because there's, like...
Lord knows that has never ruined a game for me. Shocking.
It's fine. It's really well handled.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah, it's good. And I don't know, just like all of my favorite characters and plot moments, like Fire Emblem Awakening is a very sad game. Just a lot of sad things happen. And then at the end, it's just like, it has my favorite. I remember when I, like, back in the day, I made like old videos, and I remember like making my top 10 favorite like boss battles. So my favorite was the final one of Fire Emblem Awakening. It still is. It has the best music ever in any game. My friend Jacob will also quote me on that. He agrees with me. It's the best. It's the best music. So good. It's called Purpose. Look it up on YouTube.
But Jacob doesn't like music.
He does in that game. Because the music is just...
It doesn't make any sense.
It is good.
You should just listen to music if you like
I don't
some
know, like,
music.
Like, every time I've, like... everything that he has listened to is something from something else. Like, the theme to Monster, which, again, is a good song, but it's like... Man, like, I'm just like, Jacob, if you ever want to listen, just please listen to Radiohead. Like, just do it. It is, like, if you will enjoy any music, it's that. Like, Radiohead specifically appeals to lonely, disaffected white kids who have lots of mental problems. It's like what Kid A just is. Just listen to that and it's like, oh, this is what obsessive-compulsive disorder sounds like. And OK Computer is like, what?
This number keep calling me.
Who is that boy?
I don't care.
Who
Just let him leave me alone.
Leave me alone. Oh. Also, RPG-wise, specifically for me, a lot of my favorite games are just all the main series Pokemon games. Pokemon Emerald is my favorite, because I love that game just so much.
I never played a Pokemon.
I bought him Pokemon Sun.
Yeah.
He hasn't played it.
Well, I gotta play Fire Emblem.
That's true, and you should take Preston. But I like Pokemon Emerald. I kind of miss the 2D days, just because things was simpler then. And I like the new ones too. Pokemon Sun was really good. I still haven't beaten Ultra Sun, but it's because I've been doing lots of other things instead. It's basically the same game, so it's like, I don't really... The Gen 4 games are vastly overrated, though. All of my generation seems to think that they're the best ones because they were the ones that got them into Pokemon, just because they came out with the DS, and they're not as good as everyone says they are. It's fine, I'm not salty about it.
Snap.
Because they're slow, and they're ugly. Pokemon are meh. The music is meh. Like, the music in that game is meh. That's reason enough for me to not care for it. The music in every Pokemon game is the best. The best music. And in Pokemon Emerald, it's just like trumpets! So many! So much brass! And I just bop to all that.
That's the
Go listen to Pokemon Reorchestrated. They're a Kickstarter, and they just do all the Pokemon music, but actual orchestrations, and it's beautiful. Go listen to Hoenn Symphony. It's a good...
Look at Amy's face.
It's a good face.
Yeah,
I
approve of it.
How old is she?
She's gotta be like 38 or something.
Nice. You know, Jake Gyllenhaal's in his upper 30s.
Mm-hmm.
Makes me sad because he looks like he's like 20. Like 21. I think I look older than him.
I want to run my hand through his beard.
I want him to I just want to hug him.
I would like him to violate me.
I would like him to Depeche Mode me.
I would like him to closer me.
Condemnation lies.
What are we talking about?
I don't know, anime?
Probably.
Weeb shit.
Gonna take a guess.
A gander, a little goose.
Ryan Goose.
Blade Runner.
This has become a complete crapshoot.
Oh, man. I mean, well, we are talking about video games, so I guess it only stands to... Man, look at that T-Rex. He's just like this thing of meal. You look tasty. He's just like that. That's a light.
Standing there like, bottom man.
He's standing there like, got a light.
I hate you.
We should talk about Twin Peaks.
I'm making that video essay though.
I'm so happy.
Condemnation. Nobody else is gonna be happy.
Yeah, because I couldn't even find anybody who didn't like it. Not a single person.
Which is so weird.
I didn't even dislike it. I was just underwhelmed. But I certainly understand your perspective more than everybody else's. It's what happened? So look forward to that, I guess. Now I might throw in my 2 cents.
It'll be a while.
Yeah, because it's you kind of.
There's a lot to say.
You can only lynch so many lynches in one lynch.
Do you want to end this because we're kind of just babbling?
Yeah. Games.
I like video games.
I do.
And I want to make more videos on this channel that are about video games.
Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up. I don't really.
You should just do that.
Yeah. I should also find some way to own it.
Oh yeah.
So on the, I have it on the PS Trips.
PS Triple. PS Triple.
Man, we got babies.
We got a PS Triple.
Yeah, I just want.
If that happened for more than 5 minutes, I would absolutely just pull a Susie and be like, "Aaron, please stop." You couldn't hear that, but Morgan's dad laughed, and it was the perfect timing. Bottom. Joker. Revenue. Wicked Donalds.
I laughed so hard you made me fart.
It's like when you're watching a show that doesn't have anything to do with Japan, but you're watching the Japanese dub, like Full Metal Alchemist, and then just Sunday, Eduardo Elric. It's like Eduardo. Zawardo. I memed. Do I get a cookie, JoJo fans? I haven't actually watched JoJo's. I watched Hiro Aka though. It's good. Man, we should talk about anime. One day. Condemnation. Nothing to say. He died.
Huh?
He died.
Bottom.
We're going to announce the voice cast, and everyone is actually going to be Mark Hamill, and we're going to be like, we got played! We got hoodwinked!
Congratulations. You played yourself.
Just shows up to just beat people who didn't like The Last Jedi with a plastic lightsaber.
I like how people are like trying to say that he didn't like The Last Jedi. Like,
It's just like he
said like 20 times that he loves it. Shut up.
He was like, he said it challenged him. That's not the same.
You're not intelligent. You stop talking and breathing.
The words that you're saying do not make the sense. Joe Vargas.
Joe.
That sounds like you're talking about Persona 5. Joker!
Joker.
Oh, Joker.
Buttman.
Buttman?
Yeah.
No. Shark repellent.